Barbara Hagler here again with Living in Hope Storytime. And we're still working on Hope Farm Adventures Speedy Steve, the Rocket Rabbit. But I wanted to tell you, I told you last time I would be talking about this painting here. And Sherwood is watching too, for those of you. Yes, Sherwood is finding this all very interesting. So, this is not a painting, but it is a fabric. It's made of fabric. It's a fiber. Sue Myers, a friend of ours, made this for us with our alpaca fiber. And so after the alpaca were sheared, we had some of their hair, their fiber, and she matted it and wove it into this. It's a picture of Hope Farm. We had 3 alpaca. They had 3 different colors of fiber. Herschel is the dark, Norbert is the brown, and Sherman is the lighter color that you see in through here, the lighter one. So it was really fun, and we thanked Sue for doing that for us. All right, back to Speedy Steve. We're at chapters 5 and 6. If you remember, Speedy Steve, he's the fastest rabbit on Hope Farm, he thinks, but he got himself into some trouble with Farmer Dan, and he got hurt, didn't he? His leg. So now he's afraid he can't be in the race at 4th of July, the Hope Township race. So we're going to see what's going to happen now. And remember, he and Farmer Dan both had asked God for forgiveness for all of the things that they had done, being very speedy, very cocky, and just not paying attention. So the next chapter is workout. For the next couple of days, Steve rested and his mom took care of him under the honeysuckle bush. Rita, Benjamin, and some of the other Hope Farm family came to see him. Henrietta, the chicken with the crooked beak, brought Steve a piece of carrot that she had found. See, here's Henrietta bringing the carrot. She found it in the compost pile, and Julia, the barn cat, found some straw to use in his bed. They all tried to cheer Steve up, but nothing worked. Steve knew he had really done it this time. He still couldn't feel his foot, and it just wouldn't work right. After 2 days, when Steve had had enough of laying on his bed and thinking about what he was going to do, Benjamin, remember Benjamin the plain brown bunny? He appeared under the bush. Only it didn't really look like his friend Benjamin. Instead of his usual brown rabbit look, Benjamin had on sweatpants and a sweatshirt. He had a whistle around his neck and he looked like a coach. "Okay, Speedy Steve, let's get you up and going," Benjamin said in his loudest, most no-nonsense coaching voice. "I'm not Speedy Steve anymore. I'm just Stupid Steve," Steve stammered. "Why are you dressed like that? What is it? What are you going to wear? Is that what you're going to wear in the race?" "No, it's what I'm wearing now. I'm your new running coach," Benjamin replied. "Running coach? I can't even hop. How am I supposed to run?" Steve asked. "I don't know, but I do know that you can't lay here any longer. You have to get moving, and I'm here to help you do it. That's what friends are for. We help each other," Benjamin said. "Okay, but I haven't been a very good friend to you, Benjamin, and I'm sorry. I'll try to be a better friend. I suppose I can try to hop if you'll help me, but I really don't think I'll be running anytime soon." For about an hour, Benjamin and Steve worked. Rita also stopped by to give Steve support. Literal support. Rita stood on one side, Benjamin on the other, and they were able to help Steve hop around a little. He was able to hop with their help over to a nice patch of clover where he ate his fill. Steve's mom was thrilled that he was off the bed and out from under the bush. Okay, so that was chapter 5. Let's go on to chapter 6. To race or not to race. The next day, Benjamin and Rita both came back and worked with Steve some more. He could hop a little all by himself. After the second day, after several days with lots of help from his friends, Steve was hopping by himself. But he was a long way from running. "Way to go, Steve. You're going to be Speedy Steve again in no time," Benjamin encouraged him. Benjamin said, "Benjamin, I'm hoping that's true. And it's all thanks to you and Rita. But we have to face the fact that I'm not healed enough to run." Ooh, what's going on with Farmer Dan there? "Unless something changes, I really believe my running days are over. I don't know how I'm going to live with that. Speed has been my life for so long." "I know, buddy," Benjamin replied. "It really doesn't look good right now. At first I was afraid you'd never walk again, but look at you. You can hop. We'll figure something out." Benjamin was down by the barn where Farmer Dan was busy hammering at his workbench. Benjamin spent much of his time near the barn where Farmer Dan was working. Benjamin had been raised by the farmer and his wife. When he was just a tiny bunny, someone gave him to their son, and they had kept him like a pet rabbit for a time. But Farmer Dan knew, and Benjamin knew, that he wasn't a pet rabbit. He was Benjamin, the plain brown bunny. At some point, Farmer Dan's son began letting him stay outside for longer and longer periods until one day, Benjamin knew it was time to join the other rabbits under the honeysuckle bush. He never went back to the house after that, but he still liked to be near Farmer Dan. He felt comfortable with him. So today, as Farmer Dan was working, Benjamin edged nearer. He was curious as to what Farmer Dan could be doing. He saw something flat and wooden with wheels on it, but he had no idea what it could be. Benjamin was close enough to hear Farmer Dan mutter as he worked. "I sure hope this works. I've never constructed a skateboard for a rabbit before. But we have to get that little guy going again. It's partly my fault that he was hurt after all." Benjamin hopped away. He still didn't know what Farmer Dan was making because he didn't know what a skateboard was. But now he knew it was something for Speedy Steve. It looked fast. Maybe it's a rocket, he thought. Have you seen our poster over here of Speedy Steve? I think we're going to find out a little more about this next time. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.